The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
Where's my money, bitch?
Oh, no! Why? Hey! Why are you in the middle of the frame? Get out of my way! Get out! 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 What are you doing?
Bad, Yoshi.
Bad! Who are you? Why are you doing that? Why? Why are you just staring like there like if you're fucking Ethan Rom about to... Oh, I shouldn't say that in front of William. Oh, wait, he's not here today.
Ding, fries are done. Ding, fries are done. Ding, fries are done.
Yes, I watched the 10th episode of Lost again. Yes, that's the one where fucking Ethan Rom kidnaps Claire and Charlie at the end. And that was like, let's do this with Yoshi because he's just staring into their souls like Ethan is at the end of that episode.
He's like,
He's like, "Ugh."
So obviously we know what we're going to be reviewing later tonight.
Of course we are.
Honestly, I'm looking forward to it. It was the first time I ever watched this movie. I just got through watching it about a few minutes ago.
This is a movie your mom really likes, isn't it? Or
no, my dad.
Your dad.
Yeah.
Your dad. Okay.
Okay.
Well, both of you guys. Okay.
Oh, okay. But like yeah, this is like my fourth Coen movie. The Coen brothers, of course, you know.
It's my fourth too. Just different.
Yeah, it's different.
We watched some different ones.
Yeah.
So
I'll probably get to that.
If you guys don't know, and by the way, hello to William in the live chat. The reason why he is not with us is because he is currently on vacation with his family in Jamaica, man.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I had no idea actually where he was going.
He's there in the chat. I just ruined episode 10 for him. I hope to God I didn't say that out loud. And William knows what happens in episode 10 because I had to open my mouth and say what happens with Ethan. Oh,
he
dear.
shouldn't be in the chat for that.
I need to ask you a question, Victor Del Val.
Oh
why are you gay?
Oh God, that video.
I am from Jamaica, and I am just asking you one question, and you have to be honest. Why are you gay?
Oh, I am not. I am not.
You cannot disrespect my country. You cannot disrespect my. Do not disrespect my people and my language. Even though I sound a little bit of the Middle East, but that's besides the point, man.
Oh my God.
Okay, you got the mod part.
Yeah. What's next? You're gonna play Bob Marley? Yeah, you're gonna keep on playing Bob Marley until whatever. I mean,
I remember when I was talking.
Thank you.
I remember when I was talking to someone one time, like on a video chat. You know, she has a baby niece, and she really loves her. But when her niece made a noise, you know what she said? She said, "Shut up, beach." And which was only joking. She wasn't serious.
Oh dear, but yeah,
but it was funny in a way.
But yeah, I feel like, you know, this movie is something that it's a unique experience, and that's the most important thing. The Coen brothers, you can say whatever you want about them, but they always make unique movies.
This movie, like, it feels like out of like all of his movies and everything, like,
they're two brothers.
all of their movies. I don't know, like this one seems to be like, I mean, you have the Big Lebowski, but this one plays like for like people like I know, like my family, like
I can see
my aunt like loves this movie and everything. It's like she just it just fits her tastes and everything. And I think a lot of that has to do with like some of the music in the movie and just the comedy in
to the
general.
soundtrack because I actually have an interesting fact about that.
Yeah, that's.
I actually love the soundtrack, beginning to end. But we'll talk about that.
Yeah,
it's very good. It's very good. It's very good. But we'll get to that. I promise. Okay. So, enough with the Ross rambling.
By the way, because Boss Man up here calls the shots.
Yeah.
Apparently, because of William not being here this evening, we get to do 2 topics from each co-host.
Yes, that's the rule.
I had to quickly come up with something.
And I forgot
because you're always prepared, Jared. Unlike some people who think they know how to run the show from beginning to end.
I'll just come on here 90 minutes late, and we'll see.
Well, actually, you should come in like 120 minutes late. That way we can do the review and we can talk about anime for 30 minutes while interrupting William and his topic.
Oh dear!
I actually might talk about anime.
Oh God!
Victor, you be quiet.
Darn.
Okay. Be quiet.
Yeah.
Quiet. In a ways, that's true.
Hold on a second. I was watching both this episode. It was something that I think that you said I couldn't believe. Is it true? That
Man, I cannot agree.
Yes.
Right.
I somewhat agree.
We talk about movies. Now we have to debate on directors.
Oh dear. I'm not gonna go into that debate. I like Full Metal Jacket. I love. Okay, I love Full Metal Jacket. But
dude, that's a film we gotta cover in the future.
Okay, but
also, I don't care what people say. The second half of that movie is just as good as the first half.
I'm with the popular crowd. I think the first half's better.
No.
But I love the movie as a whole. I do. I love the movie as a whole. And then The Shining, I like that movie. I like it. But here's the thing, though. I think Dr. Sleep is better.
I like The Shining, but Dr. Sleep makes me like the events of The Shining more.
By the way, a quick side note. It's been a year since the passing of a good friend of mine online by the name of Tony, who used to go by Sifu Black Irish Dead Jedi Walking. If you don't know who that is, he was a part of the MGTOW community, which but he was a very good friend of mine, and he passed away due to his cancer coming back.
Yikes.
So I want huge shout out to him and his friends and family, and for because I love and miss that old guy to death.
Okay, people say they love The Shining, but really like Dr. Sleep. I'm the exact opposite. I love Dr. Sleep. I only like The Shining.
Well, you know what?
And that director's cut is even better.
I still haven't seen it.
You know what I love about Dr. Sleep?
By the way, Mike Flanagan's new show's coming out. I'm probably going to watch it. It's coming out this week.
What were you saying, Jordy?
The one thing I love about Dr. Sleep is the fact that it can put me to sleep, without even trying.
Oh no. Dear. Oh God!
I'm just kidding.
You're like the old people in that movie that Ewan McGregor puts.
I've never watched the movie yet, so I don't have an opinion.
Let's see. I talk a lot about like Dr. Sleep is underrated, and that's one thing that my girlfriend always pokes fun at me for. I'm always like, I really like this movie. She's like, is it underrated? I'm like, how'd you know? I'm like, because you think every movie you like is underrated.
Well, she ain't wrong. By the way, William said, did someone say that anime?
Oh dear. Well, not me.
I did.
Not me. Then again, he did too.
Speaking of which, around this month and I think around this week is the 10th anniversary of Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods, the movie.
I was looking at Fathom Events and I saw that was on there because I remember you talking about it last week.
How dare you not celebrate the 20th? No, 20th anniversary is fucking next year. Damn it! Not lost. Not yet. Next year I'll get the chance. So what?
Also, I know we're just rambling right now, but I just thought of this. My best friend and his girlfriend, who is my boss,
Yeah.
they went to see the 30th anniversary of Hocus Pocus, and the trailer that played before it, it's for a new movie. It's a nativity story movie. And I was like, oh, that's really cool and everything. I like like religious movies and everything when they focus on like like actual like biblical stories.
Yeah.
And my best friend showed me the trailer. He's like, listen, just watch the trailer. I watch it and everything. It's about the nativity story, the birth of Jesus, and then they started singing. It's a musical.
Oh.
And it's not. It doesn't sound very good.
Oh.
And then King Herod is played by Antonio Banderas.
What? Okay. Is it? Wait a minute. I found the movie.
It's called Journey to Bethlehem.
Yes. And the fucking guy who directed and co-wrote this apparently did the songs for Glee.
Whoa.
And the other writer is the writer of all 3 fucking High School Musical movies.
What?
Yes.
Are we going to ignore the fact that Jared just said his best friend's girlfriend is his boss?
Hey, I got them together.
Oh dear.
Well,
yeah.
Dude, at least the thing.
I shit you not.
The best she could do is give you a raise.
Yeah.
I did get a raise. I got full time, bitch.
True.
Yeah, so much for full time. How's that going? Because you wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, it comes up the same weekend as the Marvels. I don't know how that's gonna do.
No.
And then after that is the new Hunger Games movie, which I'm not looking forward to because why are we making another one?
I am only because, well, I think it looks kind of good, and also, Michael Arndt is a writer on it.
What did he write? Let's see.
He wrote
Force Awakens.
Well, he wrote the first draft.
Oh, the first draft because J.J. Abrams and I think it was Lawrence Kasdan wrote the final draft.
Little Miss Sunshine and Catching Fire.
Catching Fire. Toy Story 3. He wrote Toy Story 3.
By the way,
God, he was an assistant on Inspector Gadget, though.
During the intro, you may have saw the part where Jerry Maguire shouts, "Show me the money." That's what I did yesterday when I finally got a strike yesterday.
Yeah, of course you do. You said you do this all the time.
I love doing that because
I thought of this, Victor.
When you gave me the inspiration with Jerry Maguire and then there's that part where hold on a second. It was Jim Carrey who does that little thing in Liar Liar in the courtroom. That's a mixture. I go like, show me the money.
Okay, go ahead.
This reminded me of you and everything, or like I just thought of you and everything because I watched this video recently. I know this guy can be kind of a hipster for some people, but I really like his video essays and stuff, and it's Patrick Willems.
Oh.
But he did a video recently about like who's the person to blame for killing cinema, blah blah blah.
Dear.
And like, just because like a lot of movies have been bombing recently, like big budget movies and stuff, and he goes into that.
Oh my God, huge.
But anyway, he talked about, he was like, listen, what was the highest grossing movie of 19 I think this movie was 88, and he was like, it was Rain Man. It was, a drama and everything. And then he talked about how like people like a lot of times now and everything, you go watch a movie because of like the IP that it's attached to. Like you don't go to see like a Captain America movie because of Chris Evans. Sadly, you go to see Captain America, you go to see a Marvel movie kind of thing. But then it's like you had these movies like in the 90s that did really well and everything. And it's just, a movie about some guy like Jerry Maguire. Who the fuck's that guy? And then look, it becomes it becomes a really like big movie for the year.
Yes, it was like the.
But yeah, that's what he basically said. He's like,
although I would beg to differ because a lot of people associate Captain America with Chris Evans. I beg to differ, hipster. But it was the 9th highest grossing film in '96. Jerry Maguire was just behind Space Jam.
You said Patrick Williams. Hold on a second. Is this Justin Williams? No, this is Patrick Williams.
Well, it's Williams, not Williams. To be fair. Okay. I'm gonna. All right. Let's see, Jared. You could go first. I need prep for my topic. I need my information.
All right, so I'll save my very special talk until the end.
Okay.
But first of all, I'll talk a little bit this. Since I've never talked about TV on here, and because this guy I think you opened the door for TV?
Yes, I believe I did. The first one I did was Rome, I think.
Okay. So I'll talk a little
And then I opened the floodgate by talking 90 minutes of Lost.
Yeah.
And the joke, the whole, every single episode, every week after this, I can't fucking stop. It's a drug. It's like Charlie's fucking heroin. I can't fucking stop. And there is no moth on my side right now, okay?
So, anime.
Oh, here comes half an hour.
Listen, I have not. Okay, so I grew up watching Cartoon Network, and obviously Toonami came on there, and I was introduced to a lot of really weird shit. Like I would watch Dragon Ball Z, Yu Yu Hakusho, Gundam, obviously Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, but that's more like extremely mainstream, like everybody watches that. But
unless we're on a different network, just Cartoon Network got the reruns of it.
Yeah. But yeah. So I grew up watching stuff like that, and obviously Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z was the stuff that I really got into, and that's where like I watched.
Wow, he's a closeted Dragon Ball fan.
Yeah, I watched most of. I think I like when they would air Dragon Ball. I think I watched all of Dragon Ball, and then I started Dragon Ball Z. It was like they were in the Boo saga, and then they just decided, hey, we're gonna go back to the very beginning. Okay,
yeah.
So I think because they had to do the redub, because they the Pioneer / Ocean dub, they did that for the first 53 episodes, which was the Saiyan and Namek saga, and then
Funimation took over.
Yeah, Funimation took over.
Okay, that makes complete sense then. Because
I think that was a good decision on their part, because that is how you were able to get better voice acting. For the.
By the way, rest in peace, Funimation. Thanks, Crunchyroll.
So yeah, like I got into stuff like that, and obviously Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z were both my thing. But I also liked stuff like Yu Yu Hakusho and, of course, Gundam. But that was definitely during like my elementary school years. It was during my middle school years that like everybody was into.
Hold up a second, Jared.
Yes.
Tyler, hold on a second. You be quiet with your laughter. Tyler, piss off. Oh, go ahead and continue. You don't stop that laughing. I'm gonna
listen. I am sorry. I am sorry, Jordy. Listen.
No. This is not your fault. Tyler knows which buttons to push.
But yeah. So I watched that stuff, but around middle school, I had just kind of cut ties with that in a way. Like, I just it was kind of like I just liked Dragon Ball and like that was it and everything. I didn't like explore much except for like everybody at the time in middle school was watching Naruto.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Like
vividly when I was a kid.
Naruto
It was
was
everywhere.
huge. It was everywhere. And like I would watch some of it to try to be like
Cool.
to try to be cool, but like I was like it was one of those things like it was like too far in for me to like get truly like invested in stuff. And like I think I was in like the era of like the Chunin exam, which is like considered by most like Naruto fans of the first like run of the 200 episodes to be like the best.
Mm.
So yeah, I didn't watch like a lot of anime afterwards, and like the only like I would watch anime films and stuff, obviously, like Studio Ghibli or that
yeah.
really good G Kids movie that came out a few years ago, Mirai.
Oh yeah, I think
Why?
let's see. Oh yeah.
Mirai or
Yeah.
something. But yeah, so I kind of distanced myself, but in recent years I've gotten more into Japanese games, playing stuff like Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts, which I've always loved. But
more complicated than anything on Lost.
And then my personal, probably favorite video game of all time is a 90s movie that's heavily Japanese anime inspired, Xenogears.
Oh yeah, I think I heard of that.
I think my favorite anime video games has to be Dragon Ball Z Kakarot and Demon Slayer: The Hinokami Chronicles.
Ooh. I
not
really
even any of the Budokai Tenkaichi games.
I played
that's
all.
I never grew up playing those video games, Victor.
Oh,
but yeah, so and then so like it was around that time and everything. I was like, okay, like I can start watching some of this. Like I watched Evangelion.
Oh god, that pretentious crap.
Yep.
It's pretentious as fuck, especially how get to the movie, the end of Evangelion. Oh my god, it's wank in itself off. It is just the most self-indulgent anime I've ever fucking seen.
but yeah,
that's why I don't get that guy. I forget his fucking name. He did Shin Godzilla as well too. The fuck is his name?
I don't know.
Right now. Ugh. What's his name? You know what? Fuck it. I can't. I have to look this up. I can't. It's gonna bother me. It's gonna bother me. Hideki Anno. That's his name.
Yeah, that's
oh
it.
god. Oh god.
But yeah. So, I was sort of getting into that stuff and everything, and I had watched One Piece and everything, and I will get eventually. Obviously, I posted reviews of One Piece, but I like kind of dropped off and everything after a while because it was a lot.
Can't stand One Piece, but you knew that already.
But
actually, a friend of mine actually, enjoys the One Piece live action TV series on Netflix.
Because that's the one that most people are exposed to right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to watch the anime first before I watch the live action.
Good luck with all 2,000 plus episodes, Jesus.
Yeah,
but then
I think I will, because at least I will admire work from a lot of Japanese anime made creators, while you, on the other hand, want to act all, oh God, don't talk about anime. It's like politics. Politics
Who
are
knew?
not my conversation.
Oh, come on. Yes, I admit I'm a huge Abrams fan. I'm an Abrams nut hugger. But Lost was Lindelof and Hughes' show first and foremost.
Oh my God. No. You're not just a nut hugger. You're a cocksucker.
Oh God.
So yeah. All this story is leading to my girlfriend that I'm with now. She is a big Naruto fan. That show that I tried to get into and then couldn't. But she really likes Naruto and Naruto Shippuden and everything, and I was like, okay, for her, I'm going to watch Naruto. And since then, I have gone through the stuff that is considered canon in the original run of Naruto, which is 220 episodes. Not that's including the stuff that's filler, because the thing with the first run of Naruto, which is part 1 of the original manga, is the show technically, like in terms of canon, ends at like episode 135.
Oof.
And that leaves like 80 some episodes of filler until
God.
Shippuden. Now, I'll talk about, because I'm currently watching that filler now, because here's the thing. Everybody is like, don't watch the filler. Don't watch the filler. I'm like, well, if it exists, I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, that's true.
It's I mean, I know the reason why with filler and everything. It's because of, they don't want to override the manga. They don't want to go, farther than the manga and stuff. And so, like, they make these, stories that, won't really, like, be of importance or anything. But I'll talk more about that later, because I've watched 10 or so episodes of that filler. But I want to mainly focus on the stuff that I saw in Naruto. And this is one of my favorite shows I've ever watched, I think.
Not as good as Lost.
Not as good as Lost.
Wait, hold on.
Lost is a 10 out of 10. This might be a 9 out of 10, but this is a 10 out of 10.
Okay,
Lost is a 10 out of 10.
Yes, Lost is a 10 out of 10. I don't care about what people say about the final season. It's a 10 out of 10. Fuck you.
Oh, God. Will you shut up, Victor? Anyway.
No. And I got William on it, and next week I'm gonna quiz his ass. I'm gonna see what episode he's gone up to.
So yeah, Naruto is obviously, it's the story of a young ninja that is in training, and he basically is cursed by this demonic kind of being called the nine-tailed fox and stuff that kind of lives suppressed within him.
By the way, Tyler asks, when are you buying the Naruto headband?
I had one when I was in middle school to be cool.
Well, either way, where are you watching Naruto off of? Are you watching it off Netflix?
Okay, I was originally watching it off of Netflix, but because of Netflix's practices, I cannot watch it anymore on there. So I'm using Crunchyroll.
Password bullshit.
So I'm using my girlfriend's Crunchyroll.
Okay, the way you said that, I mean, like, that can be taken out of context in so many ways.
Oh, God.
How?
Oh, God.
I'm sorry, dude. I'm just trying to be funny as
I understand completely.
The practices.
If the ever so future Mrs. Jared Ross ever watches this, I deeply apologize.
Oh dear. All right, keep going.
But yeah, so like it's about this ninja Naruto.
No jujitsu.
No jujitsu for Netflix's too.
Wow.
So yeah, it's about him and his group that he's in, which is Sasuke, who has his own baggage and everything. His clan was completely killed and wiped out by his brother.
Daddy issues as Jack Shepherd.
He has brother issues because he wants to kill his brother.
Well, that's brother issues, not exactly daddy issues. But again, Jack wanted to kind of kill his dad.
But yeah, so it's mostly about them training to be ninjas and everything, and going through this exam process. And this is more or less what the entirety of like the first part of Naruto is. While there's also this guy who is stealing different like abilities from ninja to become like the ultimate powerful thing in the world. So anyway, when I was watching this show, something that Netflix and also Crunchyroll does is they split the stuff up into seasons, which is thank God, because
Yes.
technically, like in Japan and everything, there's not really seasons with anime. It's just continuous, but
Mhm.
with like that they've kind of like split that stuff up and everything. And if you go on like um Wikipedia and stuff, it's like Naruto's split into 5 seasons, but Crunchyroll and Netflix split it up into 9 seasons.
Oh God. What's the
Which
real order?
which I prefer because it condenses it down a whole lot more, and like you can think about what each section means as a whole.
Mm.
I think a lot more than like here's like 60 episodes, like try
Oh, that would be
rating
painful.
try like rating each episode of that and then finding the average for that and everything. But so the first like run of Naruto, not counting the filler and everything, is about it's like 5 seasons in total. And it was really interesting watching it because it kind of reminds me of how people kind of felt about a Song of Ice and Fire, the 5 books that have been released so far.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. George R. R. Martin still hasn't fucking finished it.
You have you have the great first book. You have another book that a lot of people would say maybe Game of Thrones or Clash of Kings is better than Game of Thrones, but also thinking of like seasons and everything. And then you have the third one that is just like the best of everything. It's the culmination of a bunch of things. And then because of that culmination, you have this like downward spike because it needs to build up to the next big thing. So you have the 4th season that's like, it's good. It might technically be on par with the first one, but not as good. And then you have the final season, and then you have the big like other season and everything that kind of gets things back on track. And that's something that I liked about watching Naruto. And because the first season is really great. It establishes the characters, the world, and it kind of sets their path through the rest of the show. And I think that obviously that's what like a first season like of a show that has a continuous story should do. And I really like that about that.
To be like sort of like, I don't know how you would call it, like try to build everything up. That's what you're trying to say?
Yeah. It's kind of like the build up before like the main story.
Here's the thing though. Not with Lost, because it just starts right away.
Yes.
No more Lost.
No.
Then you get to the 2nd season.
No.
Which
you almost made me say yes, you son of a bitch.
No,
you almost made me. You almost made me. You almost made me. You almost
said
you
yes.
said yes. Yes.
Shut the hell up.
No, I said yes. Fuck.
You said yes.
Now I said yes.
No, you said yes. It's on. Okay, people in the live chat. Did you not? Did you not?
Yes, I spilled out yes. I'll admit it. I spilled out.
There you go.
No, I'm not gonna shut up.
Then you get to the 2nd season.
Where the hatch cut. Oh no.
Well, basically, it's where like things start getting like a lot more complex and everything with our characters and everything, and they actually fully start like their training with the Chunin exams, which will lead them to like another basically level to make it in simple terms and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And like that stuff has like it's really good build up. It obviously sets up more things and everything to come. And that's the thing that I think this show does really well. It sets up things so early that the payoff for them later on, like 50 episodes later or whatever, is like astronomical. Like
The final
because
season of Lost.
because the third season
I refuse.
is one of the best things of television.
Just like season 3 of Lost in the second half.
Hey, Victor, I
By the way,
refuse to
Taylor
play.
said to me
I refuse.
in the forum, he
I
said,
refuse
"Hey,
to
Vic,
play
take
your
that jar of magic
Shut the
peanut butter
fuck
and eat it
up.
all."
I'm
You.
I'm talking.
Oh, fuck you.
I'm telling
I
you.
am not going to those
refuse.
damn caves.
I refuse to play your stupid Chinese mind games, Victor.
Chinese Mayan games. I am not those people from
Then-
this is not the movie 2012. Calm down.
And then I'm gonna come up there in New York and I'm gonna put my foot in your ass if you say Lost again.
We'll see about
Because
that
by the
later
time
on.
you get to the third season and everything, you've had all this build up, all this setup, and all the payoff. That
Okay.
there is this moment and everything, like during the third season, where I was just like in absolute awe because of how well they paid off this like attack that's being done on the on like the area that Naruto is in, which is the Hidden Leaf Village. There's this massive attack that was set up in like what, not season 1 but season 2 and everything, and you had all this build up, and it was just absolutely satisfying. It has some really great moments between like your villains, and there's like obviously heroic sacrifices, characters die, and it was just one of the most thrilling things I've ever seen for an animated show. And I think that is like, maybe if I go on to Shippuden and everything, this is still maybe going to be my favorite season like ever for this show. But then season 4, as I said, like you had all that build up, all the payoff. So now you have to set up something else.
Yeah,
Because of that, it's kind of it's lacking the momentum that you had in the previous seasons. It's like it's not its fault. Like it's not a fault of the writing.
That reminds me of? It reminds me of season 3 of Breaking Bad. How it's trying to build up to everything, and then season 4 with that whole storyline, that's the payoff.
Yes.
With Gus, I should say.
And then you get to season 5, which is a whole lot more like kind of like season 2 and 3. And something that I liked that it did more, it was more of like a emotional season, like like with the characters itself. And I think that's what makes that final part of like the canon really good and solid, like in my opinion. And I absolutely loved it. And the ending is like heartbreaking and stuff, and you learn a lot of things about like certain characters and stuff, and it sets stuff up for later on. But in terms of like the canon like portion of Naruto, it's a lot. But like it's well worth the journey and like learning about the characters and stuff, and that's what I like so much. I really like these characters a lot and everything, and seeing those things like play out and everything is great. So like right now it's like this show is like, even with the filler that's coming up, this portion of Naruto is still like a 9 out of 10 to me. It's like absolutely fantastic. And I'm gonna finish up because I see we're like 40 minutes in, and I'm still not done with my
Oh
talk.
God! Somebody time him. Time him from when he starts talking about, it, and let's see if he goes 30 minutes. Time it for me, please.
Because I
Somebody.
think this is my longest topic ever. But then we get to the filler, and I don't have much to say on the filler, but
Because it's filler.
yeah, that's the thing. There is this big like stigma with filler because, you know, as I said like earlier, that it's put there so that the anime does not overtake the manga because they are following the manga and everything. And like there might be portions of the manga that aren't finished yet that they need to, you know, wait for.
Yeah.
And because of that, you get episodes of filler that don't really like add to the story at all. In fact, there's this one filler that happens near the end of Naruto where Naruto has had a big fight and he is in the hospital. And then there's a filler arc. He gets out of the hospital, goes on an adventure, and then still ends up in the hospital because in the canon he should still be in the hospital. So it's kind of dumb like that. And if there is like one complaint that I really have with Naruto as a whole, and it doesn't happen until farther on in the show. I noticed this in the last season in particular, because each episode has to run for 23 minutes. And sometimes they don't always have 23 minutes of story. So they will pad out the runtime with flashbacks to
it's a
scenes
clip
that
show.
happened either in the exact same episode or like an episode or a few episodes prior.
Oh my God. So it probably also saves them money too.
Yeah. Because all you do is like put it with like a filter on it to make it look like it's, you know, in the past. But yeah. So of the filler though that I have watched, I've also looked at the IMDb like reviews of like what, you know, fans have said and stuff, and they rate these like, if you look at the IMDb ratings for like the like actual canon stuff and everything, it's like 7s and 8s and 9s and everything.
Oh dear.
And then you get to the filler and it's like 5, 6s and barely 7s. I think there's this stigma and everything that it's fillers, so therefore it must be pointless and not good. So far, the filler that I've watched and everything is pretty solid. And the thing that it does, obviously, you can't have the characters go through any big changes.
Yeah.
During this time and everything with filler because they change through the canon stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it gives you, it's something that I'm okay with because it's like, it gives me at least more time with the characters I like.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the characters enough to spend like 70 some, maybe, I might get bored eventually, but
Yeah.
you know, but right now, I don't think the filler is that bad, and I think that's a thing that I want to like kind of talk about when I eventually do a review of Naruto, like on my channel, or even do a video talking about filler or anything. But as a whole, I love this show. It really won me over, like even after like all those years of like people watching it and me trying to be cool and watch it and not understand it. I think it really is like one of like the quintessential animes up there with Dragon Ball. So yeah. I don't have a rating for it right now, obviously, but I said it's a 9. But yeah,
that's true. I'm sorry.
That's my thoughts.
Yeah. Oh my God, that was. Oh, Kier, wake up!
That was
here.
way longer than I really wanted it to be, but I
God,
I had to get that early story out.
Oh, here comes that 30 minutes. Somebody time it for me. Somebody will. We'll talk about next episode if that's the case. Okay, let's talk about my shit, okay? So this was going to be much more interesting. Oh, no. Oh, no.
I'm such a good storyteller, though.
Oh, no. He just took a photo of me. I was yawning. Jesus. Anyway. Okay, now
I think Jordy enjoyed the anime, even though even if it's not like
I don't even know
something
if he's
he's
seen
interested
Naruto or not. I don't even know if he's seen it or not. I don't know.
That's okay.
At least I'm interested.
No.
Jordy loves my thoughts.
Okay. All right,
But
fine.
you know what? Better your thoughts than Victor's.
Jesus. Okay, let's talk about Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom because there's a lot of shit going around this movie right now.
Well,
and it's not exactly what you think because this came out, I believe, today. It was a Variety article on using this movie web, and there's been documents that have been released revealing what has happened on the set of this movie because this is a very, very, very troubled production, to say the least. It's very troubled. So here's what the article says right now, and it starts off with this. So apparently Jason Momoa, of course, who's Aquaman, allegedly arrived on the set of the DC movie intoxicated, dressed up like Johnny Depp, and pushed to have Amber Heard booted from the role of aquatic superhero Mira. He was drunk and dressed up like Johnny Depp, and also, wanted her off. Well, I mean, that's one of the things
that's so dickish, but kind of funny too.
To be like Johnny Depp and you're just sat out drunk because he knows it's going to be a fucking stinker. And the reason why the documents have come out is because they've been released by the whole Depp versus Heard defamation trial. And they've now come into light due to Depp fans paying court fees for the release of documents from Heard's therapist. I thought therapists were supposed to be like confidentiality agreements. I wonder why. But again, I don't know. Probably because it's now a court case. It was a court case. That's why they got these documents.
They also have a series of that exclusively on Netflix.
They seemingly revealed the hostile atmosphere on the set of Aquaman, which included Jason Momoa arriving on set drunk and dressed up like Depp. Jason said he wanted me fired, the notes say. Jason drunk, late on set, dressing like Johnny, has all the rings too. I guess these are Amber's notes, or read the therapist's notes, maybe. While Heard's lawyers tried to fight for the documents to stay confidential, released they have been. And it's not just Momoa whose behavior is alleged to have been poor towards the actress. The therapy session notes stated that Heard felt unsupported by director James Wan, with Heard saying she felt like Mariah due to the legal goings-on between herself and Johnny Depp. He raised his voice at me, referring to Wong. I can't even post about Aquaman. Made it seem like if it was my fault. I said, I'm sorry, the notes read while discussing Wan. Nobody could take me selfies of me on set given blackout. Maybe James Wan has a point. Maybe he does have a point because, yikes. And apparently, Amber Heard was nearly fired from the movie. James Wan wanted him out. He wanted her out. You want to know who stepped in? The dreaded CEO of X himself, whom Heard was dating at the time. Yes, Elon fucking Musk.
I forget that happened. I forget that they were a thing.
The reason why, because, Elon Musk, he has money, and Juan wanted to drop her because of the lack of chemistry with Momoa, which you can say that about the first movie too.
For me, that's the weakest point of the movie.
And what happened was that Heard did a chemistry test with Momoa before landing the role and beat out two other actresses who did a similar chemistry test. And another source, however, states that the almost firings did happen, and she was only kept on the project after her then boyfriend, Elon Musk, asked one of his litigators to send a scorched earth letter to Warner Brothers threatening to burn the house down if she was not brought back. Ouch.
Okay, that seems a little extreme.
Yeah. Oh, then again, this is Elon Musk for you. Everything's fucking extreme with him. Let's switch Twitter to X. Let's X.
Oh, let's do it again. Let's do it again. 3, 2.
I love
1.
X videos.
X. X videos. And while Momoa's reps declined to comment, DC has spoken up for their star with a spokesperson saying, quote, Jason Momoa conducted himself in a professional manner at all times on the set of Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. And blah, 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 yada, yada, more fucking spokesperson. And however, there's one thing in the article that something happened, which is the main portion of what we're going to talk about. I just wanted to get that out of the way to give context to what was going on during the Aquaman shooting. And apparently there's 3 months left of production. There's still trouble in post-production as we speak. There's still trouble with the movie. The movie's not finished yet, and it doesn't come out until it comes out in 2 months in December. The movie should be finished by now, all things considered, but no, it's not finished. It's not finished. It's like The Flash. It's not going to be released unfinished.
I feel so bad for James Wan.
I hope this doesn't destroy his career. He needs to go back to horror. Malignant was a good thing for him. He should go back to horror, to be honest with you. Anyway, the point of the matter is, the reason for the topic is because in that Variety article, they claimed that Warner might be sold off. The fear of everybody I know is possibly going to happen, where Warner Brothers is going to be bought by a major studio. Who is it? The front runner is Universal. Yes,
Yeah.
Universal is the one that might eat it up. And first off, that shocked me all because Zaslav wants his fucking money and all that other bullshit and just wants to focus on the stupid reality crap. Like, remember, Jordy, whenever we did the reaction for Can't Hardly Wait, it was our last reaction we did. And I put on Max on, and the first thing I saw was a show called MILF Manor that Warner wants to promote
I remember that, and I think we all laughed.
Yes. MILF Manor. It's a show on TLC that happened to be on Max.
That's a movie I think Romy would appreciate.
Oh, yeah. It's a reality show.
Yeah, exactly. Only the reality is he'll never get a MILF.
Anyway, the point is that he might be bought out. And also, there's another thing in that article, too, that said that apparently James Gunn and Peter Safran, the current CEOs of the new DCU that's supposed to be coming, are not in full creative control. You want to know who has half the creative control? The Max service, meaning Zaslav could dictate James Gunn still and mess up everything, just like how this current DCEU is getting messed up. They still have no fucking vision. Gee, and I wonder why I'm so skeptical of this new DCU. Shit like this. I am skeptical of shit like this. I'm just like, enough's enough. Like, why can't we get Constantine 2 for fuck's sake? Or the Matt Reeves Batman is a step in the right direction. It's not canon to the DCEU, and thank God, because if it was connected, oh God, it'd be a fucking mess. It would be a complete mess. And of course, Constantine 2 I know is in development, but I want that movie to get off the ground, please. Please get it off the ground. And another thing too is that he proves a good point. Hades World points a good point. They have fired all the actors now who have been a part of the Justice League. Jason Momoa is potentially going to be another character in the new DCU. After this, he's done with Aquaman. Aquaman is just dead. Dead. No good. So Gal Gadot, she's out. Ezra Miller, they are out. Henry Cavill's been out. And Ben Affleck, of course, he's out. Of course, because Ben Affleck is doing his movie career, because his directing career. I mean, his directing career is going a lot better than his acting career at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, Air was a great movie, although I haven't seen it since it was released earlier in the year.
I still need to see it.
But yeah, this is just a complete mess at Warner Brothers. I'm just like, That and the fact that they wanted to kill off essentially Cartoon Network to the point where Adult Swim these days starts at 5 p.m. Not at 8 p.m., not at 9 p.m., 5 p.m. it turns into Adult Swim. Now, yeah, kids are just coming home from school and then bam, Adult Swim comes on. I know kids stream these days, but yikes, that hurts my childhood. That hurts my person
Like
because
for when I was little and everything, like Toonami started at like 5, and then later on and everything, it was.
And and it to the point where also Max is so desperate they wanted to add live sports. Yes, there is live sports on Max now. Potentially with that new AEW deal, they might be coming over there too with Max PLEs, whatever you want to call them. But this is just a complete mess at Warner right now. I'm just like, I saw this coming, especially with it getting bought out potentially. It's getting really ridiculous. Zaslav killed the studio. He did. He murdered it. He literally bashed. He blew it up. He just blew it up like a Michael Bay explosion. It's that bad. It is so bad. And with the stuff that's going on with Aquaman right now, I'm going to tell you this right now. It's going to flop. There's no doubt in my mind it's going to flop. And yes, HBO Max was sustainable. HBO Max was the best shit. Max is not. It's not sustainable. They keep jacking up the prices. They just jacked up the prices again for Max. And you just launched 6 months ago? And you jacked up the price again for the sports shit? Warner's dead. I don't know what to tell you. Warner is dead. It's just completely ridiculous. And it's just, Zaslav needs to go away right now. Needs to go away. Go the fuck away. Go away.
Go bye-bye.
Go bye-bye. Go inside the hole where fucking... Go inside the hole where the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles live. Go be a fucking mutant down there. Huh. So there you go. That's that. Yeah, it never had a chance to be successful. No, that's the wrong one. Yeah. I bet you that's the fucking AT&T because they approved the fucking Discovery merger. So AT&T is partially involved with it because that was the previous owner of Warner. AT&T was. Banish Zaslav to the Squid Games. Oh my god. Okay.
I don't think he'd survive long in the Squid Games.
So yeah, that's my first one. Is just that Zaslav needs to fucking go before things go way too far. Although things have already gone too far to the point where they might be bought out. So Jordy.
Okay, so like we'll have two topics because after me it'll be Jared. I don't know if I already told you guys this already, but I was able to finally purchase the Dragon Ball Z, VHSs of Captain Ginyu.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, for quite some time I've been out of the hunt of Dragon Ball Z VHS collecting, and because of that, just taking a break for a while. However, I was able to finally find, two VHSs, that was able, to be like the edited version of it when it was first broadcasted on Toonami/Cartoon Network. And yeah, I even made a Facebook post about it, showcasing the
tapes. I'm a VHS tape collector too. One
of my friends is too.
I mean, I have them stacked right here, and but where my lost sets are right there, but it used to be tapes before I rearranged them to put Lost on my fucking shrine. So
there was a Big Lots that there used to be a Big Lots. And
I'll give you some.
That we had.
Here comes the Kathleen Kennedy.
They had a lot.
This is
the Dragon Ball Z VHS tapes.
Yeah,
these are the tapes I was able to collect off the internet.
Wow!
As you can see, this is how far my collection is complete. Like, I'd say maybe
wow,
that's a quarter. Yeah, this is like. Let me see here. Now this saga was, I think.
And David Zaslav is more like the Bob Chapek. He's Bob Chapek. Not
definitely more hateable than Bob Chapek.
Well, Bob Chapek is fucking horrible.
This is this, for the time being, combined is 20 VHS tapes.
That's 20. Crazy. How many episodes are on?
2, I would assume. Maybe 3.
And when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me.
All right, just answer the question.
Okay, so basically, most of these tapes, a rarity, you will find a volume that has 4 episodes, but majority, it's 3 episodes a tape.
Oh, okay,
Wow.
that's more than usual. Usually VHS tape for, like, say, Rugrats or Blue's Clues and shit, they usually have only 2 episodes of tape, not 3. So you're getting more for your bang for your buck. Then again, like, DVDs went up to, like, 4. Like, in terms, like, my Buffy set. Yeah, I haven't talked about Buffy in a while. 4, give or take 3 to 4 episodes a
Buffy.
disc. There, I haven't talked
If you
about,
Even if you make a tape like that, Tyler, I still wouldn't get it.
Well, there were VHS tapes in South Korea. I think there might have been a Dragon Ball Evolution one. I think there might have been a South Korean Dragon Ball Evolution VHS tape because they were like producing VHS tapes all the way until like 2010, 2011.
Let's make episode 3 VHS happen because it never had a VHS.
Oh, well, they did in the UK.
Oh, but
wait, Revenge of the Sith.
Yes,
Revenge of the Sith is the only prequel that didn't have a VHS.
Well, again, in the UK they had one.
Okay,
yeah.
But yeah,
you don't take it from me.
Okay, all right, yeah. We'll get to that. But yeah,
that's pretty much
nice.
Pretty much what I have to say right there. And I will continue to collect the VHS tapes, and when I'm done by collecting them all, only then will you see a true, Dragon Ball Z fan.
Does it go all the way through the Boo saga?
Yeah.
Whoa! Holy crap!
They actually put out a full show on VHS. That was rare. That was rare.
Whew.
Because the only like real full VHS tapes other than that was released in North America is Band of Brothers. I think it got a VHS release, and that's a miniseries, so it lasts the whole thing. I know The Sopranos got full seasons, like the first 2, maybe 3 seasons on VHS. And the X-Files got a few random compilations. Buffy also got a few random compilations, even though the show was fucking serialized. So I don't understand why do you have to put random fucking episodes on the fucking tape, even though the show was fucking serialized.
I don't know why I didn't think about this, but like it's so interesting. It's so weird to me that there were shows that were on VHS.
Yeah.
Like, you have this guy where you're like, oh
my god. I wish Lost on VHS.
Twin Peaks was on VHS. I just thought about that.
That's
Holy
true.
crap. Yeah.
Victor, did you suffer a stroke recently by talking like that?
What? I didn't suffer a stroke.
Oh, okay, just checking on you.
I didn't suffer a stroke.
You need a
I just talk fast with the fucking Micro Machines guy sometimes. Jesus Christ. But
you're gonna need Jesus Christ after this.
You always say that. Okay, Jared.
I'm serious.
Okay.
I was thinking about what topic I should do, but I think I'm gonna go with the one that I kind of mentioned, and it was like a little bit personal.
Okay.
I think it's one that like could actually be kind of like cool and everything and interesting. It's not movie. It is movie related, but it's a different aspect of movies, and I don't know if Victor's okay with it. I want to talk about screenwriting. If you're okay with that, Victor.
Wait. Tyler's just said when Jordy collects all the VHS tapes, Shinron will appear and he'll get a wish. I think that actually be pretty cool.
So, something that is like near and dear to my heart and everything is the art of screenwriting. Like it, out of anything. Like, I mean, I want to direct movies. I want, or short films or something. I want to do something in that field. But something that I love more than anything is screenwriting. And it's something that I started back in high school. And I don't know if you ever watched this video, Victor, of like, it was back when I had this idea of making like video essays and stuff, and I only did 2 of them, and one of them was about screenwriting.
Maybe.
Yeah, like this was back when I reinvented my channel like 2 years ago or something.
Oh.
But yeah, I only did 2 of those videos. But yeah. Screenwriting is something that I've always been interested in, but I realized too that one of the hardest things about screenwriting
Whoa!
is coming up with an original idea.
Yeah. Yeah. Why is
Because yeah, it's so hard.
everything IPs? It's because it's easier to make scripts out of.
That's the thing. And this is something
Sorry.
that I've learned, and I think people that want to write screenplays, if you cannot come up, like, some people can just come up with original ideas right off the bat and everything, and it all be good and everything. Some people need time and preparation, and they need practice. And what I have done through the years, when I have like I have a few like original scripts and everything out there, but when I can't think of something, I just adapt stuff that I already know.
Mm-hmm.
Because at least like I'm improving with my writing. It's like I'm writing something I already know and everything, but I can apply that to when I eventually write something original. So, the first screenplay I ever wrote, I don't even have like access to it anymore, I don't think. It was a Legend of Zelda fan film.
Oh dear.
Really?
That was like 40 pages, so like 40 minutes or whatever. When my best friend and I never did anything with it. And then after that, sorry Victor, but I was really into the movie Les Miserables.
Oh. You made it all sung with the script. Oh god.
Well, I was reading the book at the time, so I intermingled the stuff from the book with the musical and wrote a 245-page screenplay.
Oh my god.
So it would have been like 4.5 hours.
Oh dear. It's like fucking Alexander all over again.
But yeah. So like I had stuff like that. And then my best friend and I tried making a movie one time. And this is the first time I have ever spoken about this movie ever.
This isn't.
Like in terms of in the public and not like not like my friend, my close friends and everything. We wrote a movie called Ninja Mountain.
Ninja Mountain?
No, mountain.
Yes.
Mountain.
We were going to make a movie called Ninja Mountain. The idea was we just wanted to make a movie. So we were just like, let's make a so bad it's good film.
Oh.
And we realized afterwards, after the fact, that you can't make a so bad it's good film by, writing a so bad it's good film. Like if you're wanting to make something that's so bad it's good, it's not going to end up. It's just going to be bad.
You have to unintentionally do it. That's how it works.
I wrote this screenplay in like a week, and it was a mess. It was not good. It was kind of offensive to the point where we filmed the movie and we're not going to ever release it. Because we were in high school.
Yeah.
And high schoolers are idiots and everything.
Yeah.
Even to the point where, like, years later, we were rewriting scenes to try to make the movie better. And less bad and everything. But yeah. I had an interesting experience, like taking like an original idea and everything, and like it was good. Like at the end of the day and everything, we didn't finish the movie, but it was good practice. despite being so bad and everything. And in the years since and everything, I've written things like a kind of like Rambo style action film. And in fact, I wrote a script. It's still maybe one of my favorite things I've ever written. It's basically Clerks.
Hey, it's one of
In
my
a way.
favorite movies.
It's kind of
And it's on
Clerks
the
in a
wheel
way.
too.
But it's about it's inspired by my best friend and I trying to make Ninja Mountain. But we
So
are
it's pretty
trying
much
to
like
make
Clerks 3. It's pretty much
we
like
are
Clerks
trying
3.
to make a sequel to this 80s like barbarian to an 80s barbarian film that we just so happen to know the actor like lives in our town or something. So like that's the script and everything, and I would love to do something with it and like shape it up sometime and actually like make the movie, because I think it kind of like focuses on like the creative process in a way, like, and I think in a low budget kind of movie and everything it could kind of work. But since then I've written like a lot of screenplays that aren't necessarily original stuff. As I said, like I've written unoriginal stuff like Les Mis. I wrote 2 scripts based off of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone and Chamber of Secrets. That was after high school, and I was angsty. So it's
Put a lot
like
of angst in there.
it's like epic, and it's like angsty, and it's kind of like a John Hughes all combined together.
That's a little strange for Harry Potter.
It doesn't. It really doesn't work and everything. And I've reread like the scripts before and everything, and I'm like, oh, this is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But anyway, since then I'll also like I actually posted a video of this on my channel too. I wrote a screenplay of like it if I was like if I was 80s George Lucas, how I would have done like episode 1.
Yeah.
And I posted a read through of that on the channel, and I did like a Superman. If super like in a my version of like a DCU like Superman and everything.
So pretty much James Gunn stole your ideas. That you're trying to tell me?
Maybe I don't know. We will see. We will see if my script ends up being similar. We'll see.
Oh, but, great! You can file a lawsuit. That's all you could do.
But yeah, and I've been practicing with my screenplay craft and everything. I wrote an Alexander the Great script, and I am rewriting it now as 3 films.
Better be better than what Oliver Stone did. Huh.
As I'm rewriting it again as 3 films, though.
Well, it must be. Might as well make it a show at this point.
Yeah, and now I'm at the point where I'm like I'm writing short films and stuff, and this is like the crux of like what I wanted to like really get to, and that is screenplays are hard.
Yeah.
But if you have the dedication, you can get through them. Another script that I wrote that I want to make because it's in the public domain. I wrote an 84-page Edgar Allan Poe script based on The Telltale Heart. And it's something I'm very passionate about and I want to make eventually. But the idea is that screenplays are hard, but if you want to write screenplays and you don't have an original idea, it's okay to practice and take something that you like, a movie that you've watched, a book that you like, and just write.
Great. I'm gonna write a sequel to Lost. I'm gonna talk about. I can't talk about
No
it now.
You,
Now he's gonna
I
come to
mean,
New York
you
now.
could if you wanted to, and
I
everything,
can
and
fuck up the continuity.
because that is the most I have learned from writing a screenplay is like taking things that I know that are already established and adapting them in a way, and it has actually helped my writing quite a bit in understanding screenplay structure and stuff. And you too could become the next big screenwriter if you wanted to.
When it just turned into a PBS show or Nick Jr.
Oh yes. But ultimately, I wanted to get this out of the way because I think maybe next year, maybe not yet. Like I'll try because I want to write some stuff, but you might be seeing some different stuff on my channel, or I might even post it on my best friend's channel and link it. But I want to start making movies.
Yeah.
And
you already said that.
And I want to start writing. So like I've written a few like scripts and everything for short films, and I've thought like I've never actually directed before. I've written, but I've never directed. So I'm like, I want to do something that I did in my screenwriting class. I want to write screenplays that are 1 page.
1 page?
Tell a story in 1 page. Tell a story in 2 pages. Tell a story in 5 pages.
Ooh.
And kind of move from there. And the idea of that is like that stuff is so short that it gives me time to create my own style.
Mm-hmm.
And I can move on from that. And screenwriting has kind of led me to this because before then I never thought I would like be a director. Like I always wanted to be a director, but it wasn't until like writing and everything that I was like I could visualize stuff to the point where I'm like I feel like I could direct everything. And screenwriting really helped that. So basically I've rambled on a lot and everything, but like I genuinely think like if you have a story, tell it. But if you don't have a story and you want to get into filmmaking, you want to understand filmmaking, just take a story that you like and write it. Like it doesn't have to be perfectly structured because
well, it's your first, it's not everything's gonna be.
I didn't learn like when I was originally writing stuff, I wasn't focusing on structure. I was just writing. So like the first act might be like longer than the third act or something. But it's like through trial and error and stuff. And I would like, and if people would be interested, to kind of explore some of like this old stuff that I've written and everything and talk about it, like be like, this is what I've kind of learned. So like I think this talk in a way is like both like talking about like how I want to make movies and stuff, but also talking about how I want to talk about the scripts that I've written that will never see the light of day because I've written Harry Potter scripts. I can't do anything with a Harry Potter script. I don't own the rights, but I can talk about them, and I think that's what's cool. And that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, and literally the Tanner. Oh my God! You know what he told me now? He said Vic's gonna write a sequel to Lost. Yeah, he's going to strand the entire forum on an island and force us to watch the entire show. Otherwise, he'll pull a John Kramer and have you reverse mechanics.
Oh my gosh.
That is. Whoa! Hold on.
The show just got a lot better.
Oh my gosh. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
I mean, I thought.
Anyway, I'm actually enjoying the show so far. You know, I mean, like,
I am too. I think this is the most talkative I've ever been.
yeah, the more talkative.
Apologies. Now the show has gotten better because I'm back on because I have spaghetti now.
Oh no,
okay?
the show's worse. No, I'm kidding.
No. I heard you. I didn't think I heard
Good.
you. Anyway, as I was saying, yeah, he wants me to basically pull John Kramer, put reverse bear traps on everybody if they don't watch Lost. All 121 episodes. Yes, I know exactly how many episodes of Lost there
Oh my gosh.
But makes me want to watch Saw 10 of all.
Also, Vic, I will tell you, because you are a Lost fan now.
Yeah.
A video series that you should really watch is I don't know if you've ever watched the YouTuber Billiam.
I watched part of that first part of that video. It was really good, but it was so late. I was like,
he's apparently like, it was supposed to be released yesterday. His next part in the Lost videos that he's doing, and he had to split it up into 2 videos.
oh, who is he on? Season?
He is
3?
on season. He is so the first
Video.
the first video is the first season. The second video, which is 5 hours, is season 2 and 3.
So
then he was just
now.
going to do 3. Then he was just going to do 4, 5, and 6 in one video, and it is now 2 videos.
Oh wow! But then again, season 4 is my fucking favorite. Well, okay, I said season 1 was my favorite, but I'm looking back on it now because I'm rewatching the show. Right? I love the first season and everything, but something about season 4 sticks out to me so much, and it's just fucking brilliant. About season 1. I'll get to season 4 in my rewatch, and I'll debate then. I can debate in my head, is that truly the best one? But yeah, I'm getting to the point where almost the halfway mark with Aoife and all that, and where some of the bad episodes, the episode with the fucking case and fucking the flashbacks with Kate and the fucking the robbery.
Mm-hmm.
And that to a lot of people's least favorite episode that whole season. At least I think, from what I understand. But yeah, there you go. Let's talk about. Wait, is it my turn?
It's your turn.
Okay, shit. Focus. I'm gonna talk about the top 20 best movie remakes from Watch Mojo. It came out 2 hours ago.
Whoa!
It came out 2 hours ago, so I'm gonna talk about it. Number 20 is a recent one. It's West Side Story, the Spielberg movie.
I think it's better than the original.
Well, yeah. I mean, although it does star 2 very problematic people, different, but still both are pretty fucking problematic.
One of them was problematic after the movie.
But before, there was one before, but now they're both problematic, and that. Number 19 is The Ring. I agree with this.
I need to see that. Because obviously I'm going to be reviewing the original Ring.
I love this movie. Although The Ring 2, I don't want to say it's bad. I just want to say it's mediocre. It's very mediocre.
I was trying to remember. You think it's still better than Rings?
Yes, I absolutely think it's better than Rings. Because at least you see Rachel and Aiden again. And it is definitely a continuation of the story. Rings, that's not a sequel. That's a fucking remake. The reason why is because of how that movie ends. Have you seen the movie Truth or Dare? Because it ends almost in a similar fashion.
Yeah.
It almost ended
that movie was hilarious.
So the end of Truth or Dare is, I believe, to the point where the entire world gets cursed, right? Isn't that how it fucking ends? Like after what happened in Mexico, I think the movie takes place in fucking Mexico. I don't even know why, but
it does. Yeah.
I don't even fucking know why. Oh, Saw 10 makes better sense to be in it takes better sense to take place in fucking Mexico compared to this. But Rings ends in a similar fashion where the whole world gets cursed by the video. I'm just like, there's no Rachel and Aiden to fucking stop all this. No, we just cursed because this bitch did the wrong thing. And it rips off Don't Breathe at one point in the movie.
Oh,
so
God.
it's terrible. It's garbage. So just stick with the first two. I know the second one's kind of mediocre, but it's worth watching mainly because, one, Naomi Watts is just as good as in the first one. You get the relationship between her and Aiden, and, you know, it fits in the story better. And it's also directed by the same guy who directed the original Ringu. It's the same guy. It's not Gore Verbinski this time.
Okay.
Although I think Gore Verbinski probably would have made a better movie, to be honest. But he did the best job he could. I used to hate it because, it's unnecessary. No, it was kind of necessary. Judging by the end of how the first one ends, they opened it for a sequel. And this is what they got. So in a way, you know, they got what they wanted. And they made money off of it too. So number 18 is one of Jared's all-time favorites, The Jungle Book.
Yes.
And it's not the Stephen Sommers movie. No, it's not that one.
Which I have nostalgia for, but no, it is. This is. I love it.
It's the best Disney remake. Might be.
But yeah, I love it.
It changes the story enough to not alienate the audience. I never saw it in 3D, but I can imagine the 3D was fucking spectacular.
I can't remember because I saw it in theaters, and I can't remember if I saw it in 3D.
But yeah, this movie, phenomenal. Might be. Is it Jon Favreau's best directed movie? That or the first Iron Man? I don't remember. I don't know.
For me, I would say, but who am I? Who am I to say?
And also, too, I like how you could say it's gritty, but it's a little bit more grittier. Oh, come on, Peacock. Stop with the... Stop. Okay, come on. And it was better than that other movie, the other remake of Jungle Book that was unofficial called Mowgli. I think 80s Circus directed that.
I remember watching that with my best friend, and we can't remember anything. Honestly, I think everything, like, I think when it came to the human stuff, like the human world stuff, it was like, oh, this movie's, like, interesting and good. Mm-hmm. And then the rest wasn't.
I think Benedict Cumberbatch was Shere Khan, I think.
Yeah. I think so.
It was interesting, but number 17 is a movie called Living. It came out last year, never even heard of it.
I want to see it because the original film is Ikiru, which
is that a Kurosawa movie?
Yes, and I really want to see it.
Huh, interesting.
It's about a guy dying of cancer.
Number 16, yes, absolutely. This deserves to be on here. True Lies. Yes, True Lies is a remake.
I didn't know that.
It's based on like an Italian film or whatever.
Okay.
I think. Or is it French? Let me have a look. It's a French movie. And it was more of a comedy. This one's also a comedy too, but it focuses more on the action, and I fucking love True Lies. Where's my fucking 4K, Disney? Where's my fucking 4K? That especially deserves the 4K treatment. Everybody wants it. Everybody. I don't know a single person who doesn't want True Lies on 4K. It's a brilliant movie. One of James Cameron's best, not one of his best, but one of his most underappreciated, I guess. Number 15, Ben-Hur. It's the 59 version. I was going to fuck with people and say it's the fucking 2015, 16 version.
My gosh.
If I said that. But yeah, I can see where they're coming from. That'd be better than what fucking Timber Beckman-Fatov did with that other remake. Yeah, they don't die. One of them doesn't die at the end. Let's see. Number 14 is The Birdcage. I heard this was a good movie.
That is a really good. My boss showed me that movie. I love it.
Well, I love Robin Williams, so of course I have interest in
Him
seeing
and
this. Nathan
let's
Lane's in this
see.
too.
There is a
Oh,
scene
it's
in
one of
that
Ibarra's
movie.
favorites. That's right. When Ibarra
That-
was here, he talked about how much he loved that movie.
There is a scene in that movie where Robin Williams like tries to get Nathan Lane to like act more straight. And the idea is that he will act like John Wayne. And he acts like he tries acting like John Wayne. And then he was like, "Did I do good?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "But I just never realized that John Wayne moved like that." And it was like very gay.
Oh my god. Number 13, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, 78. Yeah, that one.
Okay. I reviewed that movie, I think, on my first like when I did like my Halloween like reviews and everything. The 50s one and the 70s one is
All I know
much
about it is
better.
the fucking how it ends.
Yes.
That's all I know.
That's a cool movie.
Number 12 is A Fistful of Dollars. This was a remake?
It's
Oh, it's
of
Yojimbo.
Yojimbo.
Yeah. It's funny because a lot of people think, it's the first Sergio Leone, Clint Eastwood, The Man with No Name trilogy.
I would say it is better because I'm not like, I don't know. I find Yojimbo like fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good samurai movie, but I'm not crazy about it.
Number 11. Oh, dear God. I have to deal with Lee Winnell again. The Invisible Man. Ugh.
I love that movie.
Hollow Man was a better Invisible Man movie than fucking... Ugh. Then again, I've softened on him because of Saw. At least the first 3. The ones he fucking wrote. So maybe I should give this another chance.
I just watched Saw 2.
Saw
1 and 2.
Number 10 is A Star is Born, but it's the 1954 version, not the fucking Bradley Cooper version, which is bizarre.
Okay, I want to almost do like an addendum and like apologize for like my original review of the 50s version.
Oh dear,
because it is like a more complex version of the original like 30s one that I really like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think I was very too harsh on that movie when I originally like reviewed it.
But yeah, let's see. Number 9 is come on.
The 2019, 2018 Star is Born is better though.
Number 9, Peter Jackson's King Kong.
I fucking love that movie.
Oh, I do too. I haven't seen it in a while, but I do too. I
love that movie. So that is a movie made by somebody that like truly like I believe 100% that King Kong is Peter Jackson's favorite movie.
Because King Kong. I need to see the extended cut of this movie, but I heard the extended cut's actually better.
Me too. I need to see the extended cut.
But like what Peter Jackson was able to do with that movie was almost like groundbreaking in terms of special effects. Like he put the same kind of technology that the visual effects for Lord of the Rings, the entire trilogy there, but he made it all about King Kong. And Jack Black didn't annoy me. He was actually really good in this. A lot of people think Jack Black was annoying in it.
I need to rewatch this movie really bad.
Peaches.
No. Not on my watch, no.
But I want to sing.
No singing.
I want to sing.
Don't make me
sing.
Don't let me talk about another the show I love again. Don't make me. Oh God, no. Oh God. Will you Quentin Tarantino with the fucking foot fetish? Jesus Christ. Right, you see Spider-Verse and we're saying, oh, come on, give me a break. Oh, people are getting up on me. It's funny because
It's not. If people are ganging up on you, it'd be more than one
I'm
person.
saying that because in 2 weeks from now, we're going to watch a movie all about somebody getting ganged up on. Well, one scene, but you know, if you know, you know. Number 8. Come on. True Grit. You was just talking about this movie, Jared.
Let's see. I haven't seen the original, but everybody I know says that the original or that the remake is the better version.
Number 7 is Ocean's 11, which all the Ocean's 11, literally the remake.
I've heard
the
the original Ocean's 11 is not as good as, or really isn't that special or great or anything. So
well, it's Soderbergh. I mean, Soderbergh clearly made it special.
Yeah.
And I just saw a couple of weeks ago. I saw Traffic for the first time. That is might be my favorite Soderbergh movie, to be honest with you. That is a fucking fantastic movie. Come on, number 8 has to be Scarface, right? No, number 6 is Scarface, which we'll review at the end of the year.
Oh yeah.
Yes, this is the 1980 because it's a remake of a Universal gangster movie from the 30s, but of course they modernized it and it's quintessential 80s culture. And why am I getting an ad for lingerie? Come on, man. I'm a guy. Jesus Christ, YouTube. What kind of drugs are you on?
I don't think they're wrong for giving you that ad.
There's not a problem with lingerie.
Okay, number 5 is Heat. He is indeed a remake. It's a remake of a TV movie Michael Mann did called LA Takedown.
Okay, I think I looked that up maybe.
And a lot of the movie script is pretty much verbatim. They add quite a few things because it's 3 hours long, but most of the main portions of the script are beat for beat almost the exact same thing as LA Takedown. But they made it better. They've enhanced the story. They rewritten things. Of course, you could have, you have, she got a gray ass, and you put your head all the way up it. That was ad-libbed. Number 4 is David Cronenberg's The Fly, which is...
Yeah. That movie's great.
It's like the only Cronenberg movie I can actually stomach and watch.
It's the only Cronenberg I've watched.
Yeah, because there's History of Violence. Imagine if I liked History of Violence. Number 3 is The Magnificent Seven from 1960. And of course, it's a Seven Samurai remake, and now it got a remake not too long ago from
by Nick
Pizzolatto wrote that.
Yeah.
And Anton Fuqua directed it too. So it's very interesting. And looks like the next one's Departed. How that's like number 2. It deserves to be up top here. Number 2 is The Departed. That's my favorite Martin Scorsese movie. Back when Marty actually was giving a shit about making movies and blabbering his fucking mouth about other movies being more successful than his. But that's a masterpiece. Again, I got the Blu-ray, 3 months ago? I really gotta watch it again because that is my favorite Marty movie. My favorite. I mean, it's just from start to finish, it deserved the Best Picture without a single doubt in my imagination. It was the best film I saw in 2006. Brilliant, brilliant movie. I've never seen Infernal Affairs, though. I've never seen it. Any of the 3 of them that they did. So, number 1 is John Carpenter's The Thing. Yeah, it's
that's
John Carpenter.
Really weird that's number 1, but okay.
Well, I mean, in terms of horror remakes, yeah, but okay. Yeah. He needs to stop. He really does need to stop. Just focus on promoting Killer Flowers or whatever, and move on. But the Thing is still a great movie.
I still need to see it. But hey, I am reviewing a John Carpenter film this week.
Hey, Hunter! The 2011 movie is a remake. Kiss My Ass is not a prequel. It's a fucking remake in disguise, bitch. Yeah, it's a remake. Yeah, I'm doing a prequel. It's a remake in disguise. They did it for the fucking fact that they can make money off it. Heads remake, bitch. Okay, Jordy.
Bring us home.
All right. Well, after this topic, I think that's going to be it for the topic. So that means we'll have to get to the movie, right. Well, after that,
Oh, here we go. See, it's the prequel.
Like, after this topic, I'm going to get something situated, and then I'll be right back for the main.
Right.
Okay. But here's the thing, though. I will say this right now. For the movie we're about to review today, I tried to look for a TV spot to play before we did the review. I could not find a single fucking thing, which is baffling to me. How is that even possible? I can't find at least one TV spot for Oh Brother Where Art Thou. That's ridiculous.
Either way, so this coming Thursday on Rand Ray Podcast, we are going to have a special interview, and I'm not going to say who, but it will be very quintessential. Now, we were going to have an interview for Ranniversary 4, but because of time constraint and, also, the fact that we were going, the fact that, there wasn't any time to gather enough, money to, get another interview, Brandon was able to get one for us, in the form of a individual that I'm not going to name drop out of respect. You'll all have to wait and see this coming Thursday on who we will be talking to. So, and I'm thinking of an idea because we have this ability where we have our live chat, have super chats where we can have donations. I was thinking that maybe anybody who wants us to interview more people, they should give us some money through the live chat, super chat stuff. Just a considerable donation, to Brandon, so that way we could have more chances to interview more people in the future.
Yay!
That way, and it won't be too much money. I mean, we won't be that expensive for you guys to donate for. But yeah, that's all I pretty much have to say for my topic. What's to come this Thursday?
Well, then that was brief.
That's okay.
But yeah, that's okay because I was meandering for too long, or maybe no.
I was meandering too much about Naruto,
and I was meandering too much about
Anyway, you guys
you
guys get ready for the
Yes, I got it. Okay, we're going to take a break.
I'll be right back.
Well, we'll be right back. Not just you will be. Shit.
The minute I walked into Sleepy's, I felt great. Their selection was enormous. Their mattress professionals took me exactly to the mattress that was perfect for me. I shopped around department stores, other mattress stores, and there wasn't a place that had prices lower than Sleepy's. I have 60 days to live with my mattress, and if I don't like it, Sleepy's will come get it, and they'll make it right. No problems, no questions.
Trust Sleepy's for the rest of your life.
Don't take it personally. Does that make sense?
You gotta see this!
All right.
Mom!
I know. Big hands.
Hey, Mom! Check out Toby's new trick! Oh, my... Toby! No! Make him stop!
Time to get your carpet cleaned? Call today about our 119 special.
Call 1-800-STEAMER. Stanley Steamer gets carpet cleaner.
Oh no!
I have never seen that Stanley Steamer commercial ever.
I'm gonna need it if I'm gonna have spaghetti. I'm gonna need this Stanley Steamer so that shit stain could go fuck away. Even though I'm on my bed right now, shit. As for Sleepy's, that was a local mattress store in New York. If you're a New Yorker, you know who Sleepy's are. I don't think it was national.
Yeah, because I don't remember that one at
because
all.
I know shit like Raymond Flanagan, I believe that's national. Ashley Furniture is national, but I think Sleepy's was a regional thing here. But Stanley Steamer, I know that's fucking national because oh my god, that dog, man. Vincent is a better dog than that prick. There we go. Thank God he's not here.
I've had a few dogs in my life and everything, and they have never done that. Ever. Thank God.
Oh, dear. But in terms of, well, I can't say the review because you know why? Because you're not here. So what are we going to talk about?
We got to talk about Lost.
Oh, great. Here we go. Everybody's going to be pissed in the live chat now. Oh, because I love Lost. But to be fair, I still haven't, like you were saying to me about those videos, I saw like the first, 20 minutes of those videos. I'm just like, holy shit, this is actually really fucking fascinating.
He goes into like a lot of like the magazines and everything.
Oh, the
that were
Lost
at the
magazine.
time.
Yeah, I know about the Lost
Yeah.
magazine. But like,
I'm hoping. I'm hoping that maybe with with the beginning, I would love for him to talk about the Lost video game,
oh my god,
which I still need to play.
I heard it was awful.
Yeah. Well, and
It's
I've heard
Ubisoft.
like
Of course
some of the
it's
voice
shit.
acting,
Huh?
and it is of another world.
Apparently, most of the actors didn't reprise their roles for the fucking game. That's from what I understand.
I think John Locke has like just a like I don't know. He's just so basic, and I think Sawyer has just like a guy trying to do a country accent.
Oh my god! But I'm trying to look for the fucking game right now. Oh, where's the game? I'm trying to look for a Wikipedia article of it because I'm trying to.
The Diadon.
Here it is. Via Damus.
Via Damus.
Loosely, the way home in Latin. And okay, some of the cast reprised their roles, others didn't, and Michael Giacchino did the score for the game, which is really cool. And of course, Damon and Carlton came up with some of the storylines in the game. They didn't write it, but they came up with some of the stories for the game.
I also know that there's parts of the game and everything like almost, I guess, sort of like before Telltale like really got crazy and everything, but like they end like actual episodes with like the Lost like part at the end.
Oh, but yeah, the game got mixed reviews, and it has like a 54 out of 100 for the PS5 version, and they say that they think the game was too short. It was all fan service, and they said that the standard voice actors, for example, IGN claimed that Locke was played like an old-timey prospector, while Sawyer sounded like Huckleberry Hound.
That's yes.
Huckleberry Hound.
That is so funny.
That is ridiculous. But it can't be as bad as Grey's Anatomy, the game. Oh, it can't be as bad as that.
Also, no. I'm just saying too, because my best friend has it, because he's the even bigger Lost fan. Like Lost is his favorite show of all time.
So pretty much the freak like me.
But if you can get the like encyclopedia or whatever it is, like it has
I want to get
so much stuff.
I know there's a YouTuber, it was another retrospective, Drew Gooden, I think you might know who he is. He had that Lost encyclopedia. I'm just like, oh my god, I want that.
Like one thing that's cool that it really does is like in season 2 and everything, like the map that shows like
of course the question mark map.
Yes. You don't have to pause, the video and everything and like look at it and everything. It has it like fully mapped out and everything. And I'm like, that's so cool.
I'm seeing some of it on eBay. It's not going for very high prices. It's like one of them is for like I found it for like $23.29. So maybe as a birthday present, I might get that for myself.
I'm also surprised that there wasn't like more like tie-in novels and stuff like that. There is like a few that's like an in-universe novel, but
apparently Damon Carlton considers those novels to be non-canon.
Yeah.
The show
I'd still
is
be
the only
interested
canon.
in looking at them, but
and the trading cards and the toys. There's a lot of merchandise. There's ABC. There's an ABC store, and they still sell Lost merchandise like shirts, hoodies. They still sell that shit to this day.
That's cool.
And Desperate House, I forgot Desperate Housewives. Apparently, it's a sim ripoff. And Grey's Anatomy game was really just a series of mini games. Like you could just like do surgery or suppose. And Lost is like the real big one because it's actually like a third-person action game, I guess. So it was really like it looks like Ubisoft had to get a package deal to do the Lost game. That's what it sounds like to me. They wanted to do a package deal, and they wanted to do mainly Lost, but then they had to do Desperate Housewives and Grey's Anatomy to go along with the deal or else they wouldn't make it.
That's
And
so funny.
It's weird. It is so weird.
Oh wait, there's that Grey's Anatomy game that's for the Wii.
I told you about. That's the same fucking game I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's for the Wii, and I believe it's also for PC. I might have to review that on the. I have my Victor's Game Room show that I do every Sunday.
Yeah.
I just want to. I hate Grey's Anatomy, but I almost want to do the game as a joke. I really do. I'm just like make fun of the whole game the entire time. I could just put it on my fucking emulator on my Mac because I have a Wii emulator.
You have to do. Well, I mean, obviously with like the review coming up, The Room.
Oh right, the game for that.
The Flash game. It's amazing.
So the Grey's Anatomy game is apparently a visual novel interspersed with mini games. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this sounds, and apparently it got really bad reviews. So the Lost game had more effort being put into it compared to this shit. Because that only has 54 out of 100. Yeah, 54 of 100. But the PS3 version, Xbox 360 version was 55 out of 100. And no, I didn't say PS5, PS3. If I said PS5, I'm sorry. PS3. There's no fucking way Ubisoft is going to get the fucking rights to have the game out again because ABC is going to be like, fuck you, you're not doing this game again.
They're like, listen, like THQ had their their SpongeBob, Battle of the Bikini Bottom, but we really want our Lost Viadamus.
Oh dear! And apparently, in the Lost game, you can't even play as any of the characters. You just play some asshole who has amnesia. Come on,
yeah,
it's pathetic.
Oh, we could start the video.
Oh yeah. So, all right. I talked too much about Lost. I thought that was a video game.
It was my fault. I encouraged him.
Yeah, but I want to take a look at that video you were talking about because I really want to check it out and see. I mean, he said it was his favorite show at the beginning, so I would expect I would love that whole thing. But maybe when I'm done my rewatch, I'll watch it. But anyway, shut up, Victor. Shut up. But again, if I shut up, I can't talk about this movie. So, with that being said, since I don't have a fucking TV spot for this fucking review because I can't find any because Disney doesn't want to, or any other person on YouTube doesn't want to upload, we're just going to get straight to it, okay? Oh Brother Where Art Thou is a 2000 satirical comedy drama written, produced, co-edited, and directed by Joel and Ethan Coen. Even though Joel Coen only has sole credit because DGA guidelines.
Yeah.
Even though Ethan did direct it too, it's DGA guidelines. And it's based on Homer's The Odyssey. It's the Greek mythology. You probably heard about it in school if you pay attention. Produced only by
a lot of
Ethan
people
Coen.
had to read it. At least in my school.
I had to read an abbreviation of it, like when I was in middle school, I think. Starring George Clooney, John Turturro, Tim Blake Nelson, Charles Durning, Michael Badalucco, John Goodman, and Holly Hunter, and it was released on December 22nd, 2000 by Touchstone Pictures in North America, Momentum Pictures in the United Kingdom, and Universal Pictures everywhere else.
Touchstone.
Yes, there you go. Touchstone, what is everybody's favorite because we do a lot of Touchstone movies on this fucking show, I've noticed. And Universal comes up a lot. Oh my god. I think out of all the movies we've done on the show, 99% of them are Universal movies. Anyway, budget was $26 million and made $71.9 million, making it pretty much a success. I'd say it's a success.
Yeah.
The plot involves this. Ulysses Everett McGill, played by George Clooney, is having difficulty adjusting to his hard labor sentence in Mississippi. He scams his way off the chain gang with Simple Delmar, played by Tim Blake Nelson, and Maladjusted Pete, played by John Turturro. And then the trio sets out to pursue freedom and the promise of a fortune in buried treasure. With nothing to lose and still in shackles, their hasty run takes them on an incredible journey, just like Homeward Bound, of awesome experiences and colorful characters. 79% rating on fuck Rotten Tomatoes. Why do I keep on mentioning them? 77.7 out of 10 on IMDb. 3.9 out of 5 on Letterboxd. Stop mentioning Rotten Tomatoes, damn it. Idiot. Write that one down too. Stop mentioning Rotten Tomatoes. But yeah, it's like Homeward Bound, but with humans instead of dogs. So, like I said, I was talking to them before. This is my 4th Coen Brothers movie. And
This is my 4th too.
This
I
is my
think. Yeah,
first.
yeah.
the first one with these auteurs, the auteur
man.
filmmakers.
Oh
And
man, Jordy popped his cherry.
oh dear. But
Well,
this
you
film,
you would know, wouldn't you?
oh Jesus. The movie, I had not seen a trailer. I didn't even know what the movie was even about before I watched this movie. Of course, I read the description that's on the thing I watched it on, but other than that, I didn't know really anything about it. I knew George Clooney was in it. I know John Turturro was in it. I just didn't know what it was about, and it's a very interesting story. I think that the movie is very funny, very, very
Oh
funny.
yes.
Yeah.
And I think the comedy works. Usually, like, this is a movie that if Wes Anderson did it, I would have hated it. But I'm glad the Coens did it because they actually made me laugh. And it's not quirky for the sake of being quirky. It's actually funny and witty and sharp and all that other stuff. And I really like the cast. Like, those main 3 right there. They carry the movie.
He got those sirens turned him into a horny toad.
Oh dear, I love that scene, but I'll get to that later. We're going to RUNOFFT. Run off. That's what it spells. Run off. They're saying run off with a T at the end. It's just funny. I found that to be really funny. And I know this movie connects, like, a lot of the people in the South really love this movie. I'm an East Coast guy. Remember, I'm an East Coast guy, but this movie plays better to the South.
This like, I mean, I'm in West Virginia, but like, obviously there's a lot of people that have like a lot of pride in the South here. But yeah, that there's a lot of people here that really love this movie to the point where I was in one of my history classes at the end of the year, and we had the choice between this movie and Forrest Gump, and this movie won.
I'm surprised Forrest Gump didn't win, considering, it's...
I think it's because everybody had watched Forrest Gump at that point.
Yeah, everybody knew Jenny died from AIDS. Anyway, the movie...
That's called calculating for you.
The movie is... First of all, I'm going to talk about Roger Deakins, the DP of this movie. His cinematography, so the camera, how it looks, and all that other stuff, blah, blah, blah. This is a gorgeous looking movie. It's a gorgeous movie.
Yes.
This might be the best looking Coen Brothers movie. It might be.
Absolutely, in terms of style and everything. Like, this looks beautiful.
And it has that autumn feel to it, which is perfect because it just turned fall not too long ago. And I just love, like, the color timing for most of it is like this brown yellow, not piss yellow, but yellow enough, and it just looks stunning. Like, there's a lot of scenes that just looks visually great to look at. And in a way, this movie also not just focuses on, adapting loosely the Odyssey. It's also focusing on what was going on in the South at the time. Essentially, it's a satire. It is very much a satire of the South. It's funny because people from the South love this movie, yet the movie's making fun of them in a way. It's like King of the Hill. King of the Hill is very much a satire of the South. It's supposed to make fun of them, just like how Beavis and Butthead made fun of teenagers. Same creator, Mike Judge. And yeah, people from the South really love King of the Hill.
And his last name is Judge. Judge not.
Judge Judy. Nah, I'm just kidding.
No,
But yeah,
I prefer Judge Trudy. Thank you very much.
Oh, come on.
I
that
love
was
the
funny,
look of
too.
this movie, and
Yeah.
obviously we'll talk about like the sepia tone and everything.
Oh, yeah,
but
the
like
sepia tone.
it manages. It's one of honestly, this reminded me a lot of like what Marty Scorsese would do in The Aviator.
Oh, I
Of
love
just
The Aviator. I love
like
The Aviator.
you know, like the colors of that
Yeah.
movie, like especially like with like because he kind of
way,
like
yeah.
does the colors of like that time period of like what
In
it
a
would
way,
be like
Gangs
in
of New
film.
York looks like that too. In a way, Gangs of New York
Yes.
looks like that too. They're both very visually similar.
Like
but
the sepia tone look and everything, it just gives me such an old world like kind of vibe and everything. And like I don't know, it just reminds me of the black and white scenes of Wizard of Oz and everything.
well, it's sepia tone, not black and white. But
Yeah.
but the like the movie just looks stunning, and I like how this movie is pretty much like Homeward Bound. It's pretty much a strong journey, and it deals with crazy ass characters. One of my favorite parts of the movie is merely the aftermath of the scene I'm about to talk about, but let's talk about the sirens. And three ladies are singing. And by the way, I want to say this right now.
Can I just say this real quick? When I first saw that, I knew them singing, them getting all over those guys. I knew that was too good to be true, and I was freaking right.
But what makes me funny is the aftermath when Tim Blake Nelson wakes up and he finds the toad in where John Turturro was supposed to be there. Of course, we know what happened with him, but like they think he's dead. He's like, ah! His reaction. I wish I got a clip of that where he goes, oh, and he's he goes, oh, and he's like, oh, he turned into a horny toad or something among those lines. And
those sirens turned him into a horny toad.
Yeah, and it's so fucking funny that it's so obvious that clearly he's not dead, but like it's still funny to see like he thinks that it's a toad and a fucking frog. It's like it's hilarious. And there's another part where John Goodman shows up.
Oh yeah,
as this guy who's
he's basically the Cyclops that's in
Cyclops and X-Men.
Well,
there you go.
No, I mean the Odyssey, silly.
But he's like a Bible salesman who I think screws them over and eventually beats the shit out of them. And it's just absolutely just fucking hilarious. And they try all sorts of schemes to try and make money and try to steal other people's cars. And there's this scene early on where they go to John Turturro's, I think his cousin's house, and it's really funny to see the cousin's kid literally aiming at the gun and saying all the crazy shit, and then when it goes on fire and they have to escape, it is so funny. It is so funny. And the
fact that you have a kid in the movie that actually, is helpful is actually pretty, when you think about it. But hey, at least the kid's doing something, worthy for once.
Hey, at least it's not what annoying kid I can think about in a movie. Annoying kid.
Was it the Sand Monsters thing?
What?
With the aliens, underground, that would try to eat, people in the desert.
I'm talking about annoying kids in movies. I'm trying to think about who's annoying.
That's what I'm referring to.
That kid from Tremors.
Yes,
oh, that prick! Damn it. No, another one too. No, Short Round's not annoying. He's not annoying. Willie is, but she's not a kid. Although she does act like a little kid. Fucking damn it. You can also
like Jenner.
But yeah, okay. I'll think of other annoying kids in a moment. But I love how the scene where he's like they steal his car, the cousin's car, and he's like he's just the kid is not having with it. He's just so upset and mad at them, and it's just another thing I want to talk about is the soundtrack, which I have a fun fact for.
That this is my favorite thing of the entire movie.
Apparently, Joel and Ethan Coen, they wanted to have music in the movie from day one. It was not last minute addition from some record company to say, hey, make a soundtrack for us. They legitimately pitched the movie with this music, with the, I guess you could call it bluegrass music, country music, predecessor to country music.
Yes.
And
Ralph Stanley all over the place.
Yeah, and what's the fun fact about this is that at the Grammy Awards, this won Album of the Year in 2001. Album of the Year, not just like best soundtrack, best album of the year. Album of the year.
I think this like this really like changed a lot of things. I think with like introducing people to like this kind of music and everything.
Okay, so the album of the year. So let's see, who are they up against? They're up against U2's "All That You Can't Leave Behind," which is a phenomenal album, and yet they won over fucking U2. And that "All That You Can't Leave Behind" was one of the most successful album of 2000, and yet they won over when Arfowl wins over. It's so shocking.
Something I love this soundtrack so much, and like especially like with the stuff with Ralph Stanley, like, and it's one of those things like being like where you grow up and everything. Obviously, like West Virginia, you grow up in a very like religious, like deeply religious, like Baptist kind of area.
Yeah.
And this is the music you grow up listening to, like at least like for the first like maybe 10 years of your life. And I'm so nostalgic for this music. Like I'm not like very religious now, but like I love this kind of music. Like I'm in West Virginia, but I'm very close to Kentucky, like bluegrass central and everything. But like this is just an amazing soundtrack that like I could honestly like listen to all the time. Like it's just something I really
won a Grammy over fucking U2. That's saying a lot. And a lot by the way, if you're asking in terms of like the performances in the movie, if they're actually singing, that's not the case. They're all dubbed over, every single one of them.
Yeah.
Apparently Tim Blake Nelson apparently sang a little bit, but he's the only one who does.
Funny thing, just because we're talking about the music, but in my middle school talent show that we had, there was a bunch of guys that performed "Man of Constant Sorrow" as the Soggy Bottom Boys, and they wore the beards and everything.
Oh my god! Wow. Yeah, that's something. And speaking of that, that whole sequence right there, like anytime they sing that song, it's phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal. And like, you know, it's just unbelievable. I've actually thought that song was actually made for the movie. Apparently, it's not. It's not. But I thought it was, and if it was, it would have probably got a nomination.
Like synonymous, like with the movie, like it's yeah.
And what in the movie itself too, and there, I guess I'll go into mild spoilers now. And there is no treasure. There is no treasure. Literally, George Clooney was there the entire time just to get back with his wife and try to make things right again and stop her wedding from this other guy. And one of the funniest scenes ever is when he's trying to fight the new husband, and he just completely fails.
That was funny.
He completely fails in punching him. He just annihilates the fuck out of him, and he get kicked out of the fucking Woolworths. They get completely kicked out for making a scene. And
and I think honestly, I don't blame them for kicking him out in the first place because again, you're creating making a public nuisance of himself.
And the movie makes the characters they do make them liable, but these three guys definitely have major flaws, particularly George Clooney and some of the actions he takes.
Yeah.
and you know, you sympathize with him,
Yeah.
but at the same time, some of his actions are a little, well, questionable. I mean, there's a scene in this movie which could be out of context, be very controversial today, to where they invade a KKK rally. Somebody's getting executed.
That's so
It's so ballsy for a PG-13 rated movie to do something like this, but it is undeniably hilarious, and they get what they deserve at the end, ultimately. Especially considering John Goodman's character was a part of them. He was part of the KKK, and they're all singing and shit. They're about to execute the other guy that they met on the road, and it's just, they're trying to get him out there, and it's just so funny. It is so funny, and just, that scene's priceless to me. That scene is absolutely priceless. Like, I love how that scene looks with the fire and all that, and it's just comedic gold. Although I will say, in terms of, like, you know, my favorite scenes in terms of that, anytime John goes on, also the character of what's his name? What is his fucking name? Charles Nelson. Anytime he fucking appears, and especially when that old lady calls him, "Oh, is that Babyface Nelson?" No, you. My name is Charles Nelson. You only call me by that. He pretty much throws a fucking tantrum over calling on. Oh my god, it's fucking funny. What? Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Okay.
all right.
Problem solved. But yeah, what was I talking about? Fuck, what was I talking about? The Babyface Nelson scene. That is just fucking priceless. Also, too, there's so many funny scenes in here. Like, fuck, where are number one where they're trying to the guy who wants to be the governor, I believe. He tries to invade the Soggy Bottom sort of concert they're having. He's like, "Oh no, they're black," and all this other stuff. You know, clearly they're not. I know they have. There's just and it's the thing is that in the entire movie, you're supposed to like kind of think this guy is kind of like the more, you know, outgoing kind of. He cares about the people no matter what race that is, and then he just becomes a complete hypocrite, and it's brilliant satire. It's brilliant satire of what the South really was at the time, and arguably still is, arguably. And you know, it's freaking hilarious. I mean, that and the music, and there's not that much else I could say about it because also too, this is the first movie to be finished digitally ever. This is the first movie. This is not shot digitally. It was shot on film, but it was finished digitally. This is the first movie to be finished digitally.
Is it in terms of like editing and?
Yes, in editing. The reason why they did this is because when they were filming, everything looked so green, and they didn't have the right lighting for what they wanted to do in terms of making it the sepia tone type effect they were going for. So in post, they corrected that with using computers and finished the movie with a digital master. And it was the first movie, to do so out of all movies. Of course, we know that the first movie shot digitally was episode 2 of Chocolate.
Yes.
That fucking garbage romance. Anyway, it was the first movie finished digitally, not shot digitally. Stop.
Cool.
I'm having a stroke. Holly Hunter's in this movie, and I thought she was really good for the like limited amount of screen time she was in. She plays the wife of George Clooney, and it's funny because she says that, you know, I'm not gonna get married to you. I'm not gonna get married to you, and it's just like, and the end of the movie is more shenanigans involving her character, where the whole point of the last half an hour, give or take, of the movie is him trying to find the ring so they can get married, and ultimately he finds the aunt's ring. And she's like, "No, I'm not gonna get married." And they keep fighting until the movie is actually over, which I don't know really what happened, but in a way, it kind of ends the movie well because he's kind of said he's out of this kind of life, kind of being a criminal and all that. And yet he has a lot more shit to deal with because he can't find the fucking ring. And I think legitimately it's a very funny way to end the movie. And the God, what am I talking about? What else? The visual effects, what there is very limited of it, but there's some CGI at the end with the whole water flood thing, like the aftermath. I think that's all CGI, especially with the cow on top of the I think it's the cow on top of the barn, and it's just I think it's really well done. It's not like it's overdone CGI, unlike a lot of things today, but it's really well done. That's all I gotta say about this movie.
Something that I too like kind of want to bring up with this movie that I kind of like. It has like a lot of sensibilities of like movies from the 30s and 40s. Like back when I was watching like a bunch of the movies from the AFI Top 100. Two of the movies on there are kind of influences for this movie. One is Sullivan's Travels, which there is a fictional book about in that movie that is called "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?"
Oh wow!
And then also the stuff to do with the treasure, which there is no treasure and everything. It kind of puts me in mind to like movies like Treasure of the Sierra Madre and everything, and it's like
or the
obviously
Wizard.
The movie
you could say the Wizard. You could say the Wizard because they find fucking nothing at the end, all because of the damn picture.
but yeah. It's a movie that feels like kind of ingrained in like 30s and 40s kind of movies and stuff. And I think that's kind of cool and everything. And that a lot of people seem to like really like that too.
And to think that this movie was successful, I'm actually shocked by it because I feel like this movie
I think right now it would not be successful.
It would not be successful today. It would not be successful. But back in the day, in 2000, this was successful. It was like really interesting to me. Looking it up, it actually made its money back, and it's really like, particularly like, I think maybe it's because of the Big Lebowski's very quick cult following. Maybe that's why it did so well, and also Fargo, of course. Fargo's a fucking masterpiece, but the whole movie is just another thing too is that the movie is fucking funny. Everybody can relate to at least something in this movie.
Yeah,
and I just think, and it's just like I said, Homeward Bound without the animals. I don't know why I'm thinking
that's a good example.
I don't know why I'm not thinking about the original Incredible Journey and the remake is Homeward Bound, so I don't know. But yeah, this is a good movie. I'm debating if I'm gonna give this a 4 or a 4.5 out of 5. I'm still contemplating right now. I'm like, I gave it a 4 on Letterboxd because that's what I thought at the time. But thinking about it, I might want to raise it higher, but you know what? For now, I'm going to stick with a 4 out of 5. I'm going to stick with the 4 out of 5 for now. Maybe I'll rewatch this in order, but
I'm also going to give it like a 4 out of 5 or an 8 out of 10 for me. And yet again, this is we talked about this before the review, before the video and everything. I had a lot of problems watching this movie with it buffering, and it ruined kind of my experience. So like, I think if I rewatch this without like buffering and maybe actually buy it, I think I might rate this like a 9 out of 10 or something. But like, I genuinely love this movie. This is just my kind of movie, and I think it's great.
Yeah.
So like an 8 out of 10.
I give it a 4 out of 5 as well, same as you guys.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Talk about the movie too. You forgot to talk about what you liked about it, Jordy. I mean,
I liked everything. I mean, it It was actually, I can understand why my family loves it, so.
Yeah. So,
It's got some characters you can relate to from time to time. It's got some moments where there's both light and dark humor into it,
Uh-huh. Well, the Coen brothers is always known for dark humor. Just so we're clear, if we do another Coen brothers movie, they're always known for that's their quintessential kind of motif, dark humor, especially in Fargo. There's a lot of dark humor, but that's what they're brilliant at.
It's also kind of nice having obviously you have George Clooney in the main role and everything, but then it's like your two other leading men are movies
actors
that are never really leading men. I mean, obviously, John Turturro is a leading man in Barton Fink, but that's another
people
Coen
remember more
Brothers
for
movie
fucking
that,
Transformers, if anything.
yeah.
And Tim Blake Nelson, one of those character actors that appears in everything, but people don't recognize him.
Exactly. And it's like you put them at the forefront, and it's hilarious. It's great.
Yeah. So I think it is one of the better Coen Brothers movies. It's really well done, and apparently, in a way, too, the end of the movie where it goes into sepia tone to black and white. In a way, it's kind of fitting because their next movie that they made the year after was called The Man Who Wasn't There. That movie's shot entirely in black and white. In a way, it's kind of hinting at that movie to come too. And apparently, that's one of their best movies. Apparently, it was very well received. It actually got better reviews than Oh Brother Where Art Thou, believe it or not. I believe. Yes, it did.
Wait, what was it again? The
Man Who Wasn't There. It stars
okay.
Billy Bob Thornton, Frances McDormand,
Ooh.
Scarlett Johansson, James Gandolfini's in this movie. Yeah. And then they followed it up with The Lady Killers, which I heard is ass. And No Country for Old Men, fucking great movie in the first 2 acts. Horrible third act because they want to follow the fucking book instead of changing it.
Nobody ever wants to follow the book nowadays.
But there's a reason why they should have changed it for No Country for Old Men. Let's just put it this way. What is one of my biggest pet peeves in terms of movies? Ambiguity. Let's just put it that way. So, 4 out of 5 for me. So
sweet, we're all on the same page with this movie.
Yeah, we're pretty much on the same page.
You know what? I mean, at least we're on the same page on a movie that's good. I'd say great, but I just don't want to. I don't want to give it too much smoke up the ass. But
Oh, like Jerry Maguire, I could smoke up the ass off that movie.
Show me the money.
Go to the wheel. Come on, bitch. Okay, let's go ahead and spin the wheel. Hopefully, fucking Will will be here for us next week. Hopefully, he'll be back from Jamaica by then. Hopefully, he doesn't fly Oceanic. He doesn't fly Oceanic.
Yeah.
Oceanic Airlines, I mean, not Oceanic. There we go. Another fucking joke from Lost. Let's spin the wheel. Hopefully, we get a good movie, okay?
All right.
Well, come on, baby. 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 Oh, my. Oh. We're going to do a 3-hour movie.
Whoa.
Yep. Time to do a 3-hour movie.
And I possibly won't be here.
Oh, damn it.
I might watch it anyway.
But here's the thing, though. If you're going to watch it anyway, might as well be on here. It's Paul Thomas Anderson anyway. Come on. Zoom out. Damn it. Remove.
I don't know if I can take a 3-hour movie like that.
3 hours and 8 minutes, give or take. So, in other words, you might want to watch the movie the day before we go on the air. Or if you're going to watch it on the same day, watch it early.
Or break it up.
Or, yeah, you could break it up too. But Magnolia is a phenomenal movie. It's an absolutely phenomenal movie.
Magnolia, give me that.
Huh?
It's got that Tommy Cruise.
Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise in this fucking movie.
The rest of us, we're studying geography. This is not Mongolia.
Oh, jeez. Not
the little guy. He must have read the scripture wrong with his one eye.
Yeah, it's raining frogs. You'll get it when you watch the movie.
Yeah,
it's raining frogs.
Come on.
But I'm telling you, Magnolia is worth it in the end. But I remember when I watched the movie for the first time, which was quite a few years ago, and I really did love it, which I didn't know if I was going to, but I really did. I don't love all of Paul Thomas Anderson's movies, but this one is my favorite, although I have never seen Boogie Nights, so maybe that's not entirely fair to me to say, but you know what? I don't care. I love the movie anyway. And it has Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise always does good. And apparently, yes, I know. It's one of his, people say this is his best performance, although I disagree because I say Jerry Maguire is his best performance because show me the money, and I love black people. But, yeah, Magnolia next week, 3 hours and 9 minutes. Strap yourselves in. Because it's going to be a long one. So, Jordy, wow, are we done in less than 2.5 hours? It's a new fucking record. Oh my god.
Maybe.
At least David would be happy. Then again, David. Anyway, folks, that's it for episode 48 of the Popcorn Panel podcast. And if you like this, give it a thumbs up. If you missed your chance in the live chat, comment down below. Give us your thoughts and opinions. Also, be sure to subscribe to the David 3000 Network. In case that way, if you haven't done so already, please do, and hit the notification bell so that way you'll be notified whenever an upload, a premiere, or a live stream like this one at all times is around. God, I know I'm losing my train of thought while I'm
That's okay.
Do my usual outro. Same goes for the Count, Victor Delval, the Saint, Jared Ross, and yours truly, the Youngblood Outsider, Jordy Scout, aka Jamie on the Jet. And that being said, God bless you all. Have a great night and stay healthy for Barry tomorrow. Yeah.
And also, William, I hope Smokey didn't get you. Yeah, I had to put one last one in there. Yeah. Although, to be fair, we're dealing with raining frogs, so the whole twist of Magnolia could be in the lost continuity. It could be, I don't know. It could be a conspiracy theory that it could be, although the movie, that's the most unrealistic aspect of the movie, because the movie's actually kind of realistic. But I know all of you are going to enjoy the movie. If Jared, I don't know if you're going to be on, but Jordy, I know you're going to enjoy it. I know. Even though it's 3 hours, it's going to fly by for you real fast. So there you go. That's it. We're done. Hopefully, we'll get William back from his Jamaica vacation. Oh, God, I'm going to get canceled now. I got to go before I get canceled. Bye.
I hate drugs!